everybody! The time has finally arrived. The Smiles album, A Light for Attracting Attention, is finally here. Just starting off, I have loved the support that I have seen on every reaction video I've done to their music. Thank you. Hundreds of views. I am beyond grateful. Those videos have done great, so I'm hoping this one does good too. Oh boy. So, I listened to 2 albums today. I listened to Kendrick Lamar's latest record, which was but, you know, I've never actually really cared for Kendrick that much, so it's not that big of a surprise. But this thing definitely, I think, is a lot better, honestly, than what he did. Just starting off, it's clear that this is not a Radiohead record. It sounds a lot more different than Radiohead's sound, if that makes sense. Sonically, it's just not, it's not Radiohead. And it's not supposed to be Radiohead, so that's fine. Thom Yorke's vocals, per usual, are dreamy, beautiful, very whispery, but also not annoying whispery. Not Billie Eilish annoying, you know. It's like 100 degrees right now and I have the window open. Don't ask why. So I'm sweating. Bear with me. So yeah, Thom Yorke's vocals, per usual, amazing, phenomenal. That man does not disappoint. Jonny Greenwood adds a lot to this, guitar-wise. The riffs on some of these are great. I love the transitions. All the songs transition pretty well, and some of them don't though, and they're just repetitive and annoying and boring. We'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna start with the ones that I love the most and why. I also like a lot the opening track names. The first one's called The Same, and then the second track on the album is called The Opposite, how they kind of flip-flop. You can kind of see that because The Same, it rises, you can, like the synths and everything, and the production, it rises, and you can actually see it just building, and then it stops. And then The Opposite's kind of just like, and I love that, that's great. Those are both phenomenal. I loved the opening tracks. The first 2 are great, and then we have the You Will Never Work in Television Again, which I already reviewed. That's awesome, still love that track. We got Panavision, which I never got around to reviewing, and then The Smoke. Those are all pretty good too. Panavision is I'm a little with that one. There's some weird, yeah, like Panavision, it's just like there's just continual piano going on, and it's just kind of, it was just kind of boring, honestly. It's a really boring track. I don't love that track to death. It does kind of remind me of a little bit of stuff off of Moonshaped Pool, like a little bit, but not in the good way. Like more like the things about that album that are still a little for me. I love Moonshaped Pool a lot, but that I will not deny that there's probably one skippable track on that album. Speech Bubbles is probably my favorite song on the whole album. It is a experience, to say the least. It's literally just beautiful. Like I don't know where else to go with that. That track is unbelievable. How minimalist it is and how quiet it is. It's like there's a peace to it almost, and that is beyond a doubt one of my favorite aspects of just Radiohead in general and Thom Yorke's music in general. It's very not quiet, but it has this settled, laid back kind of feel to it where you have to just sit and let it build, and that track is the definition of that feeling. And then we're met after that with the kind of almost grungy, distorted, kind of dark, thin thing, which I just reviewed. Still love that track, it's really good. It's all over the place, it's insane. And then we're put back into this dreamy, beautiful world with Open the Floodgates, which is probably my second favorite track. Again, just beautiful all around. I was actually going for a run while listening to this, and there's this really open lake near me where I'm moving, obviously, so I'm really sad, but it was kind of that feeling of like, I'm not gonna see this that much more often, and it added to the experience of the song. And honestly, I feel like with this album, I think I'm gonna have a lot of experiences with it, like I've had experiences with all of Radiohead's music, and all of Thom Yorke's music, and all of everything these guys have done. There's gonna be memories attached to these songs. That's just how it is, and I feel like I would even argue that with most people, most music, everybody has a unique memory that they attach to certain music, and they play at a certain time to remember something, or it happens to play, or something like that. But anyways, I'm getting nostalgic, so I'm gonna shut up. Then we have Free in the Knowledge, which again, amazing, love it, great track. Just lyric-wise, it's very uplifting, and it gives me a good feeling. Waving a White Flag, which is, again, off the charts, 10 out of 10, great. The synths and just how just loud it is and just in your face, it's great. I love that freaking song. That was phenomenal. It's definitely reminiscent, I think, of some of Thom Yorke's Anima stuff, which again, that record is great. But I don't know if I'd count this thing up there with those, with his two solo records that I love to death. But this is where we get to another track that's just We Don't Know Where Tomorrow Brings is what it's called. The guitar sounds like something from a Metallica song. That's not a good thing. It sounds very out of place. And then there's like these really loud synths in the background, which are cool and all, but they're very everything feels so out of place, and the song is just repetitive. It never transitions. It doesn't really do anything unique. It's here and it's gone. Like it's completely forgettable. I didn't enjoy listening to. Like, I'm not kidding. I didn't enjoy listening to it at all. Once I have this, which I'm sure I'll get this on CD or something or vinyl, probably I'll just tune out when this song's on. I don't know why they kept it on the record, honestly. I remember when I was hearing rumblings of this project, that was one of the songs that I heard, and I was like, it's okay, I guess. It's fine. But the live version was even more stripped down than this thing was. But yeah, no, that song sucks. I'm gonna stand by that song's terrible. So yeah, no, not good. But then we end very strong with the Skirting on the Surface. Sorry, I had to double check. Skirt, whatever. Anyways, that's great. Just again, a nice way to end it for sure. It's got that dreamy vibe for sure. The music video is actually really cool. Again, I love all the music videos for this has been, and even the art, like just the official audio, like art videos that they've done or whatever they are. Again, they're beautiful. They're great. I would highly recommend just checking them out. I'd love to have some of those like on my wall. Like the art prints are just beautiful. And again, the music videos are great. So good stuff for sure. That song was a great way to end the album. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that they put it out as a single a couple months ago. I didn't expect that. I was like, wow, you put the last track out? I was like, that's weird. But I mean, great. So yeah, it's kind of reminiscent. I would feel like the last song would be a little bit of In Rainbows in there. Not a ton, but a little bit. I can kind of feel that a little bit. But again, this album does not really feel like a Radiohead album. It's a lot different, and you can tell it's a lot different. So for a rating, let's see here. We're going to give this a 7 out of 10. Since there was a track that I'd full-on skip, that lowered it from an 8, which I had it at, until that We Don't Know What Tomorrow Brings track started. I was just like, dang it. I was like, I wanted to give this a really good review, and then this sucks. So, who knows though, maybe it'll grow on me, and maybe I'll do an update video at some point. Be like, hey, my opinion's changed, but I haven't really done that yet. My opinion has definitely changed to some of the albums I've reviewed though, last year, for sure. Some in a good way, some in a bad way. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have much else to say here. I want to let you guys know this is the last time that we'll be in this room. We're going to the new place. Finally, I'm finally moving. Thank goodness. I was about to go insane. So we're great. We're moving finally. The cool setup is going to be finally the even cooler setup. Unless someone like Joji or some artist that I love to death is just like, hey, I'm back in the next week, then I don't even know, possibly, hopefully, be able to make time to put out a review. But all of this is getting boxed up and we're heading out. So, yeah, I'll be back Probably next month. I would assume. No, it's not even probably. It's definitely next month. I'll be back next month, at least by next month. It might be in only a week. I mean, I leave next week, so it's gonna take me a little bit to get everything ready, get everything rolling again. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here with me over these past couple months and your kind comments and just talking about music with me. I love it. I look forward to entertaining you some more, and hopefully a less crappy looking background and a less crappy looking quality. I want to get a new camera, and I kind of want to upgrade a little bit, but financially right now, So it's going to be a little while for the upgrades, but the background is going to look nicer. I got a bunch of new music posters, and stuff waiting. It's gonna look great. I'm so excited. You can just see it on my face. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys very soon.